So, in this discussion, I'd really like to talk about chapters 9 and 2 in Sutherland Irrationality, more so when it comes to emotions, uh, just because it resonates pretty heavily in my line of work. I'm a personal banker, and we deal a lot with our customers, not just asking and needing financial solutions, but providing answers for why they're experiencing problems with their financial um, accounts, like fraud or disputes or other problems with their finances. And so they come into our business angry and frustrated and lash out on us. And it causes some of our bankers to really allow their emotions affect the way that they go about the business and go about the conversation with the client. And one thing that we're taught is to steer the conversation into a way that produces a solution for our clients. We are a publicly traded company, which means that we do uh, thrive on results, and we are constantly pushing uh, products and solutions for our customers. And so it's in our training to turn those situations into opportunities to sell one of our products. And like Chapter 9 talks about, that has a lot to do with our drive. We do all the bankers get revenue credits for their solutions. Um, and they get a commission. So we're taught to not necessarily force a client into a situation, but to create a need as to how we can prevent whatever problem they're facing, how we can prevent that in the future. One thing that chapter 10, one thing that chapter 10 talks about is how we often can be the victim of our own decision making and deciding wrong. Um, One thing that I see a lot is that we put our customers into a one size fits all financial solution or a credit card that, could technically help them, but also could harm them if they're not understanding exactly what they're getting into. Um, Again, it has to do with the fact that we're using our high drive plus our high emotions to think irrationally. And is one thing that I've started to implement at work is to use a system to thinking to take a step back, understand the client's frustrated, breathe, and rather than think with my emotions, understand where the client's coming from and how we can better put them in a better situation rather than diagnose them with a one size fits all product and just putting the problem aside and creating a new solution so that the customers focus on the solution rather than on the problem. Uh, just trying to do that so it not only makes work more valuable for me, but also allows me to stop relying on my emotions and to start think more rationally rather than irrationally.